Hi, I'm Daquita Watson. I did a informative speech outline on parental child abduction. Parental child abduction is a child abduction by a parent. These usually happen around the time when parents separate or start divorcing. Child victims are mostly between like 2 and 11 years old. About 75% are 6 years old or older. Some parents take the child from the other parent's care. I feel by the end of my speech, the audience will be informed about children who are victims of abductions and feel misunderstood or unwanted and usually dislike their family's life. Like, why do parents take children? That's something I wouldn't do in life. I feel as if that's something nobody would want to do in life. Every child would want to know both parents. I mean, I grew up with my mother, but I still know my father, but I don't feel as if no child should be taken away from the next parent. No one will argue that as a parent, the greatest fear is finding out that their child is missing, waking up to your child not being there. I read online in California, a couple divorced, and the father of the child was given sole custody. And the exact same day, with him being awarded a custody, the mother kidnapped the son and took him off to Mexico. As his son was still in her presence with her in Mexico, she let his hair grow longer. She dyed it a whole different color. She cut it inside a girl style. I'll say probably a bob. And she also gave him a female name while letting him dress as a female. She was in Delta International. They contacted the father. It was surveillance cameras put on side the mother. And the day that she came back to the U.S. with her son for her son to see his family, police was called, immediately, and she was taken, to jail. And the child was given custody back to, his father. So they had to get, counseling so that his son could, know his father and know what was going on. And I also done research about parent child abduction. I read a school library article. It was abduction of children by parents. And they talked about 371 parents or children who had to seek help for their children being missing. It explained like mostly of why parents abduction happens within, disruption. And it came down to three questions. They talked about the nature of the marriage relationship, the marriage separation and visitation patterns, and the reason for abduction in these families. A marriage relationship is a social legal contact between people that establish the rights between them and their children and their in-laws. There are several reasons why some people is married. This can include religion, spiritual, financial, emotional, social, and legal purposes. There are different kind of marriages, which includes like common law marriages, temporary marriages, child marriage, etc. And a parental separation is unlike divorce. It is not a common break for legal union of marriage. Parental separation can occur through court proceeding. In many states, they expect a couple to live in different locations during the whole separation. Legal forms are also needed to define the separation. This can include which person is responsible for what bill, the chores, etc. The couple is separated but still legally married and is able to live independent lives. During separation, child abduction or child custody is taking place. A visitation pattern is a decision that is made inside like family court during periods of divorce, or it could just be a case about visitation and custody. This is when one parent has physical custody and the other parent has visitation with the child. For example, if I was married and we got a separation, they might give me custody and give my husband visitation, which is saying, okay, you can come and see your child on weekdays or come and see your child on weekends. Visitation schedules should be based on the needs of the child and a daily schedule of each of the parents. Also, during my speech, I felt the reason for abductions in families could be for different reasons, like innocence. Some children are abducted because they are innocent and easily abducted tricks, like by different tricks or how they can be abducted. Money could be another reason. Huge amounts of money that most parents are willing to give out to have their child back increase in every illegal business. Irresponsible behavior and ignorance. Some parents are unbelievable, careless, and irresponsible. This behavior, this behavior is like buy too much alcohol, partying, and too much work to take care of your child. Um, in revenge, some parents or some people choose to abduct children to get back to their parents. This is what makes abductors happy if their motive is to get back at the parent. Which is, for example, if I was to take my child from his or her father, that's like me getting back at him, like, haha, I got my kids back. A child who goes through abduction goes through a lot. The abductor hate the parents, so he or she wants the child to feel the same way about the parents. For example, if I dislike my husband or dislike my ex-husband, I'm gonna do anything in sight just to make my child say, "Oh, I hate you too, daddy." The child starts to feel like frightened, confused, uncomfortable. Like, why do parents and family members take children? Is that love? A parent may remove the child from another, seeking to gain child custody because the parent feels losing a child in custody proceeding. Going through a divorce or separation is not easy. Your child's life is disrupted and stressful as well as yours. Time does not heal wounds when the family remains left with uncertainty what happened to their child. So I feel child abduction should not be done. I feel a child should know who their mother and father is. They should know their mother and father's personality. I feel which the parents getting divorced, it shouldn't be put on the child. No child should ever have to feel uncomfortable, unwanted, unloved, uncared for. Some kids run away. Nobody should have to do that. Regardless if it's about your parents, no one should abduct their child.